Hello, I'm Frank's voice, and I want to talk about Revelation chapter 13, where we find the false Trinity according to the Bible. It's Revelation chapter 13, which would probably mean that it's unlucky, 13. But you find all three of what comprises the false Trinity. A lot of people don't know about this, so I want to talk about this. There's not only the Antichrist, but there's also his assistant or helper, the false prophet. And there's the image of the Antichrist, or image of the beast. Those three make up the false Trinity, all found in Revelation chapter 13. So let's begin with first the Antichrist. The Antichrist will come like a peaceful, loving person. He'll come as if he wants to fix all the problems and be all about love and about good things. But he will really want all the glory and praise for himself. In YouTube terms, this would be like someone coming up and saying, hey, I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to do good. You know, they'll make videos, let's say, about swine flu. And they'll say, you know, this is how you can prevent swine flu. And they seem like they really want to help. But really all they want is subscribers and views and all the glory for themselves. So this is what the Antichrist is going to do. He's going to come up, he's going to act like he's a good guy, going to try to help the world, fix all the problems, but really what he wants is all the glory, all the praise for himself. Now the Antichrist will not be by himself. He will have his assistant. His assistant will come out and he'll look like a lamb, or like a nice guy. He'll seem like a nice guy. But when he speaks, the Bible says he speaks like a dragon. In YouTube terms, this would be like someone who comes out and acts and seems like a nice guy, but when you hear him talk, boy, the profanity is just, you know, out there. A lot of profanity, a lot of F-bombs and stuff like that. So once again, the assistant of the Antichrist is the false prophet. The Bible also says that he'll be doing a lot of lying signs and wonders. They're lies, they're signs and wonders, but they're all lies. And this is all to try to act like if the Antichrist is right. In YouTube terms, this would be the same as if somebody comes up and makes all these videos and presents this data about, let's say, boat bots and stuff like that, and they seem like, yeah, he's telling the truth. Like, yeah, it's true. All this evidence is true. But they're just lying signs and wonders. And they're just there to try to help the Antichrist get all the subscribers, all the views, all for his glory. But, you know, the Antichrist doesn't just have his assistant, the false prophet. He also has the image of the Antichrist. The image of the Antichrist could maybe be a statue that'll look just like the Antichrist. It looks just like the Antichrist. It doesn't really move or, you know, move around or stuff like that. It just talks. And every time it talks, it wants to exalt the Antichrist. Always talking good about the Antichrist. Always talking about how great and wonderful the Antichrist is. In YouTube terms, it'll be like if someone comes up and always tries to be like, let's say, this guy who hates Benefang X. Let's say there's a guy on YouTube who makes all these videos against Benefang X. The image of the beast, the image of the Antichrist, will also make videos speaking against Benefang X. He will come up and he'll talk about him. You won't see him walking around and stuff like that. See, it's most like an image. So you probably just see a picture of him. Just a picture. But every time he talks, he's always talking, you know, just like the Antichrist. Just trying to be an image of the Antichrist. That's in YouTube terms. And this is all found in Revelation chapter 13. It's a false Trinity. So once again, to summarize, the Antichrist is all about himself, all about receiving glory and praise, acts like he wants to bring peace and love and, you know, how to prevent swine flu, those kind of things. But his assistant's always there to help him, provide all this evidence, all this lying signs and wonders, just a bunch of lies. And he looks like a good guy, but when he speaks, profanity comes out, just a bad guy, you know, just speaks like a dragon. And the third part of the Trinity, false Trinity, is the image of the Antichrist, trying to be like the Antichrist, always exalting the Antichrist and praising the Antichrist. All you see is probably just a picture of him. That's about it. You won't see him, his actual body or nothing like that moving around. And just talking about how great and wonderful the Antichrist is. So I just wanted to educate you guys about the false Trinity found in Revelation chapter 13. And I want to give a big shout out to Thunderfoot, to Superfly NB, and to DPR Jones, who just got his channel back. So a big shout out to them, and in fact I'll put them in the background just so that you guys can see them. And once again, Revelation chapter 13 talks about the Antichrist, the false prophet, and the image of the Antichrist. God bless you.
My suspension does raise an interesting question, a philosophical question. It relates to Thunderfoot's channel and my channel, and I'm afraid that I'm going to have to breach legal professional privilege by saying that during the course of advising him in a DMCA dispute, he admitted to having 43,000 sock puppet accounts that he used to increase his subs level and his ratings. Simple mathematics therefore shows that I have more subscribers than he does. But of more importance is this. His channel was suspended and came back after 3 days. My channel was suspended for slightly less than 3 days. Does that mean that I'm more omnipotent than he is because I defied death in less time than he did? Or does it mean that he is more powerful than I am because he came back from death after a longer period?